Um, have you played, or I guess, like, how long have you played either of the Kingdom Come Deliverance games, or have you finished them, or?
Arctic, did you want to answer that?
I finished the first one. Most of the way through the second one. Yeah.
Oh, how about you, one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've completed the first game a few times, and I've played the second game probably, I want to say about half of the game.
I think that's probably pretty accurate for me also. I haven't quite finished the second game. Kind of also watching a streamer play it, but I also haven't finished it quite yet. But I'm almost there, but not quite done. So, but I've beaten the first one a few times.
I think they're good games. I had a huge learning curve in the first one, which I think everyone's had that experience with it.
I'll be back in just a second.
It's a thing. Yeah, I played it originally on the PS4. It had a lot of problems, but it got kind of patched up. I mean,
I didn't even
I
know
played
it
on
launched
PS5.
on console.
Oh yeah, I played it when it came out originally. Yeah, it had a lot of bugs, but it's a lot better now.
Yeah. How do you feel about the implementation? Like, because they made a second game. I was pretty impressed with the way that they excused Henry kind of not being good at everything in the second game right off the bat, because like at the end of the first game he was. I think it was a good decision to like let him get like super beat up and forget about things, everything like that. It was smart.
It's I think it's always difficult to do the kind of stuff. Using the same exact character from both games, but I mean, like it'd be a really boring game if you just started out at max level and just played the whole game with max level. That wouldn't be much of a video
Yeah.
game, right?
Yeah, there's multiple ways you can go about it. You can either like make it so there's new skills that make you feel even more powerful, or you can kind of just do like a reset. And I feel like the way that they did the reset was good.
I was reasonably happy with it. It's like, and they also put it into like the main story, and like they put a lot of effort into it to kind of making it seem like. Also, there's a little bit of a time jump. I don't know how long the jump exactly was, but it was long enough that it felt like something.
Yeah.
I've returned.
Was there a time jump? Am I stupid?
I don't know. I thought there was a small time jump at least.
It was enough of a time jump for their travel from the Ratai region to Trotsky, which I'm not really sure how long that would have been by horse.
Oh yeah,
probably a couple of weeks at most.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. there's some kind of a difference of they changed regions or there's some stuff that happened, but or maybe I
Super
just
cool
imagined
game.
it
Very
meant that.
difficult. Yeah.
I guess I like the fact that you kind of like instead of being some like alpha uber powerful character, you're like this kind of more like a humbled like simple person starting out. I don't know. And then you become like a great person, but you start out like kind of with nothing.
Yeah.
I don't like that a little bit. I also feel like a lot of games like you kind of start out like really important and great, but like this game doesn't. They don't treat you like that.
Yeah, there was at one point where I was playing through it and my buddies were watching me, and I think I referred to myself as the main character, and they just both went, "Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Henry's not the main character. He's the playable character."
It's funny. Oh yeah, like the immersion's like really strong.
Yeah. Yeah, even towards the end of the game, you can get encounters and bite off more than you can chew and get absolutely owned.
Oh yeah. Like you fight some elite enemies and like you just can't beat them.
Yeah.
Like 4 like heavy knights and you're like I just can't win.
Yeah, I just found myself getting like overwhelmed in a lot of fights. Like it was realistic to the point where it's like, oh man, 2 people's a challenge, and then any more than that, it's like, okay, this is getting a little out of hand. Once you learn a lot of like the combat techniques, it's not as bad because you can kind of just one shot a lot of people. But
Stealth seems pretty strong in the game, to be honest. Maybe because the
oh yeah,
combat's
for sure.
difficult. So like if you like you can do like some stealth shenanigans and you can honestly it makes it a little easier.
Yeah, I had this one build where enemies just really didn't see me until I like hit them or got in their face. It was kind of ridiculous, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then the loadouts in the second game I found are pretty nice. You can just be like, I have a knight build. I'm gonna switch to like a stealth kind of a lighter build.
Yeah.
And that was
I like the way the armors looked in the second game. There's some really good looking armor.
there's like this huge map in the second game. I haven't really had a chance to, I'm only like maybe halfway through, but I've heard of it or seen there's like a huge map. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, being
it's
able
like
to
a
level up the horses that you're given in the second game was a super cool like hidden mechanic. It was very cool.
okay, so you can wait. I'm not sure, but you can level up the horse.
Yeah, if you ride Pebbles for a really long time, Pebbles like levels up and becomes one of the best horses in the game.
I didn't know that.
Or I don't know what the red horse was called. Like maybe was it called like Red Baron clone?
I'm not sure. Red herring, maybe.
Yeah, I think red herring. Yeah, the red herring horse. You could also ride it for a long time to level it up and becomes like one of the best in the game.
Yeah, it's the one that you're offered I think when you get out of Trotsky, they offer it to you, and you can choose to either keep Pebbles or take that horse.
Yeah, I stayed in Trotsky for so long that like Pebbles had already leveled up by the time I was offered to leave Trotsky. So I was like, no, I'm not trading out Pebbles. He's amazing right now.
Oh yeah. I guess I've leveled Pebbles up. I think a bit. Um, what do you think about the main story of the game?
I think that man, the story in the first game I mean, honestly, both. All of the games are really good. The story's ridiculously good. A lot of twists.
Oh, here's an interesting question. I don't know the answer to this one personally, but what do you think about, because there's not a ton of games out there. There's a few. Like this game's like super realistic. Like it's kind of like set in the real world, and like there's like zero fantasy at all to this game. What do you think about like that versus like most other games out there?
I, you know, I think because they did that, they definitely blocked themselves off from a lot of gamers. But I think it just kind of it kind of changed the situation to where the gamers that do play the game are very dedicated to it, because you can't really find that experience much anywhere else besides Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 or 2. I think the leveling aspect is really fun too, being able to like level up alchemy and stuff like that.
For me,
Great stuff.
the whole like the setting was, and the dedication that they had to it was the entire draw to the game for me. Like when I had heard about the game, I found out that when making the map, they had gotten the land surveyor records from early 1400s Bohemia and used that as reference when creating the map of the game. And they're a Czech studio, so like the history was something that they knew about and they're familiar with the area. So they were able to just like really focus on making it as accurate as possible. And if you look at Czech Republic today, like on a map, you can see the regions from the first game, especially like where the cities are in relation to each other and how similar the map is. And like you can see in Ratai, whatever the Czech name for it is, like if you look at it on a map, you can see where the old city that you see in the game was, and still like that road and the buildings still are there. And I thought that that was incredible from a game studio.
I heard about that. I saw a video on it. Like it's not exactly 1-to-1 because it was a long time ago, but it was like really close. I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool. I was playing the game. I was like, man, this is like an actual place somewhere over in the other side of the world. I wasn't sure about the second game. I didn't do any research into it, but I think they also must have used a real place for the second game. I think too.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into how they made the map, but I know that the regions are based on real areas. I just I know that in the first part of the game, the area is pretty accurate topographically. Because like there's the all the rocky cliffs and canyons that are just winding mazes through rock, and that's pretty accurate to that part of Czech of the Czech Republic.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Because I think I heard like Fallout New Vegas, they did something like that. It's something similar, I think, to that area. They got some inspiration, made their game or something like that. Something like that, I think.
Yeah, the layout of the map is obviously very compressed compared to real life, but the layout of where the locations are is pretty similar to pretty accurate to real life.
Cool little thing that like they didn't have to do that, but they did it anyways.
Yeah.
I like that kind of thing. But I got another thing. I think, especially when I was playing the second game, I think it's true for the first one also. I guess especially the second one. Like, there's so many ways to complete and accomplish any type of task. Which, I mean, I know they do that in a handful of other games but like this one, they really went out of their way. It felt like.
Yeah, there's I also really enjoyed the fact that there's several ways to solve a lot of the conflicts in the game, and that for a lot of um, the quests, even if they aren't really timed, they still kind of feel like the world is actually going on around you. And that's helped by the quests that have a time restriction on them, in my opinion. It makes it feel like it's a living world that you're in.
Okay, so let me ask you, what is your opinion on like whether you like or don't like the idea of putting like a timer on quests?
I personally think that it's a good thing to do with some restraint,
Thank
because
you.
I don't think every quest should be timed. Like, you shouldn't be forced to rush everything, and like, if you don't go through it in the right time limit, then you're locked out of a huge amount of content. But I think having that kind of thing sparingly, like for a good number of side quests and parts of the main quest line, like for the main quest line, there's some kind of penalty for uh not doing something in time. Like, I think that kind of thing sparingly is good, but it definitely needs to just be a fraction of the whole game, not the majority.
Um, oh, so like here's another one. Then, what do you think about when there's like a very fast timer when it comes to making certain like moral choices, like the dialogue? Do you like that or not?
Um, I'm kind of neutral on it. I can see why people would take issue with it, but I don't really have any strong feelings on that aspect of the dialogue.
I guess there's pressure, but maybe it's a good thing sometimes, and they kind of like push you. Like, also, you kind of have to pay attention to the
Yeah.
timer.
I like it in games where like they're asking you riddles or questions that you need to pick up on like context clues, that there's a timer. That way people can't just like look it up. Obviously, they could just load back a save, but I think it's good in situations where people just use Google. That way they actually pay attention.
Yeah.
Seem like in the game there's any like major, like, I mean, I'm sure there's some. There's not like major permanent consequences. I mean, I know you can go to like to the jail, or there's like stuff. And there's always an infinite number of like money and resources in the game available, and it might be tedious. I mean, technically you could kind of grind your way through it, no matter what. I feel like.
How do you guys feel about people complaining about there not being a difficulty slider?
Was there people complaining about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of that, but I'm sure there was.
I think that they need to get good.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like
There's
it.
always the media that's always like, no, games need to have a difficulty slider. That way it can be easy for us. I'm like, isn't your whole job playing games?
Yeah, I like it when a developer sticks to like this is what the game is. We made it. We made the experience catered around this difficulty, and that's what you're going to play it at.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Souls series for that reason. It's a challenge, and that's the whole point of it. It's
Yeah.
challenging you to overcome it.
like those. I like the Souls genre for that, and they've never stopped doing it either, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, ugh. The only way that they like pseudo stop doing it is by just making like Elden Ring so big that like a lot of times you can just be like, oh, that's difficult. I'm just gonna go explore the rest of the map, and then you come back and you have a bunch of levels. But that's just up to the player's choice. It's not the dev's fault.
That's fair. Also, I guess the game does have like an extra difficulty level if you later if you really want it. I didn't really use it too much. It's kind of tedious beyond
Oh,
imagination.
New
But like
Game
use like
Plus thing?
like a hardcore mode for Kingdom Come Deliverance. But that's a
Yeah.
real
Oh yeah,
like they turn the
yeah.
map off and like I don't know. It's like a whole bunch of stuff that's like
Yeah, I've tried
I
it
don't know.
a couple of times, and it's just like it's an extra layer of challenge that I'm happy is there, but I don't know if I have the patience to go through it myself. Especially with the insomnia trait or the sleepwalker trait that just
You just wake up
causes you
randomly somewhere.
yeah, you go to sleep and then you're just across the map and you don't know where you are because the map is turned off.
The amount of times I died to glitches in that game, there's no way I'm ever doing a hardcore playthrough.
Yeah.
Madness.
Fair.
There's so many times I'm like just going up a hill and I just get launched 50 feet in the air and die.
Oh yeah. Hey, so I just gotta I'll be back in like 5 minutes. You guys want to keep talking? But just give me a minute. I'll be back.
Okay. We're still being recorded.
So how about that weather?
So good.
Could be
How did we
worse.
steer this conversation in a way that I wanted to go? I want more Lego.
Just sell a kidney.
I wish Lego made more like starfighters or interceptors with the hyperdrive. That was like the coolest thing to me growing up.
What do you
You
mean?
know what I'm talking about? You don't know about the
Oh,
hyperdrive ring?
the hyperdrive ring, yeah.
dude, that was the coolest thing to me when I was a kid. I was like, what?
Yeah. I had the Starfighter from the early 2000s, or probably the mid to late 2000s, I guess, that had I think it was Kit Fisto's Starfighter that came with a hyperdrive ring.
I know one of Obi-Wan's sets did.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you have that.
I'm pretty sure it was Kit Fisto because, well, I know it was because he came in the set, but I don't think it was some other Jedi's set that he just came in. I think it was a blue Starfighter.
Really?
Let me look it up. Starfighter. Um.
The Obi-Wan
Okay.
Jedi Starfighter with hyperdrive, the Obi-Wan one, goes for
Yeah.
$600 online now.
Jeez. I had. Okay, I guess it is. No, it's not Obi-Wan's because Obi-Wan's is red. But it comes with Obi-Wan, but also Kit Fisto. But it's not like it doesn't name who owns the
Oh, that's the
Starfighter
Interceptor and hyperdrive. Or why does it say Jedi Starfighter?
because it's a Starfighter.
Isn't that an Interceptor?
I mean, that's the class of Starfighter that it is.
Okay.
Starfighter is just a general term for a single seat.
By the way, I think that is still
Fighter
Obi-Wan's
craft.
because I think for some sets, I feel like he had a blue Starfighter.
Maybe
Which is
I
weird.
don't know. In the movies, his Starfighter in both episode 2 and 3 were red.
Yeah. Um,
And that's not R4. It's just some brown droid. So I don't
that's
really
like
know.
bronze.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Just some
Yeah,
weird
there's
thing.
one where with his Starfighter and a hyperdrive ring. It's pretty cool. Which look do you prefer, the Starfighter or the Interceptor?
Uh,
I prefer the way the Interceptor looks.
yeah, I like the Interceptor as well.
Have you seen the custom made Interceptor? Like that's actually made to scale?
No.
Because like they're way too big, basically.
Yeah.
But there's people that make them. There's custom brick makers that make them to scale.
Yeah, they're shockingly small in the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You find one of the custom ones.
Yeah, that is really small.
That's how they're supposed to be.
Yeah. I tell you, I would not spend Lego money on a set of that size.
Yeah. I think you can get I think it costs like $20. Which honestly is cheaper than Lego charges because Lego charges more than because it's 200 something pieces for $20. It's not it's about Lego prices.
Yeah.
I like Bofman. He makes them pretty good. He makes like a a lot of like correct scale ships. He's very meticulous about scale.
Yeah.
He made a really brilliant yeah, here it is. He made a really brilliant Millennium Falcon.
Looking at his page right now.
His Millennium Falcon, like I watched the video of it, it's ridiculous. Like full interior, and
Oh wow.
it all makes sense. And it's infinitely smaller than the UCS one. And it gets more playability and more interior space out of it.
And it's $18.50.
That's the instructions.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Don't
still,
worry, Alibaba will soon copy his design. And you $18.50.
and the bricks will dissolve when they see sunlight.
You know, people say that, but the Alibaba sets, like, people have been saying, like, the quality is really good these days. The minifigs is like what the issue is, but I'm just like, I don't really care too much about the minifigs. I just want to build. Like, if I really want minifigs, I'll just go on Bricklink and buy the minifigs.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that.
You're good. His ARC 170 is really good too. Ooh.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
You're good.
Trying to remember where we left off at. I guess like I don't know. Cloned if you're a Christian or not.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I guess I was gonna ask you guys though. Well, I guess because I try to put a Christian perspective at least at some point in whatever I talk about. What Christian perspective would you say you have on this game or franchise or whatever?
Like approaching it from like a religious angle. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
guess
religious references in the game. What exactly do they practice in the game, Clone? Is it Catholicism?
It's Catholicism, yeah. That was
Okay,
the state
Gotcha.
religion of the Holy Roman Empire. From what I am familiar with in the history of medieval Europe, I think that overall it's a pretty good representation of how faith was viewed by most people. I think it's a little bit more irreverent than in reality, but not to too large of a degree.
I guess I probably don't know that much about like like what it was really what it was like really like back then, but there's a bunch of ideas of what could be as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, I do think that it went a bit further away from reality than maybe it should have. But again, from I don't know too much. I haven't delved into all of the information about it, but I have a passing knowledge on a lot of those aspects. It's overall, in broad strokes, a pretty decent representation, at least with like how all the quests and characters related to the church are represented, like Father Godwin in the first game, and the Inquisitor that shows up, and then some of the characters that reference church and religion in the first game. I think it's handled in a fairly realistic way, in that like their religion was more so a part of their daily lives than in the modern world for a lot of people, but it is also seen more so as the business of the priests to deal with that kind of thing, and the lay person is more so just like they worship Christ in what they do and how they carry themselves, but it's not to the same degree as men of the cloth, as it were.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. I think that's something I've learned about Catholicism is people kind of rely on the leaders to kind of like know and tell them about their faith rather than the individual.
Yeah, and even more so back then, since the Bible in those days was only written in Latin, and most people, if they did know how to read and write, it would have been in their native tongue and wouldn't have been in Latin. And in general, you only learned Latin if you were studying to become a priest in a university or if you lived in a monastery as a monk.
Yeah,
So
and
for the most
those are
part,
cool. Those are
sorry.
cool things about the game. Like in game 2, they talk about, they show those kind of things.
Yeah,
Kind of cool.
the whole quest line of having to learn how to read.
I think maybe
I do
some like
remember that quest
nobles.
line. I was so
Oh, yeah.
thrown off by that. I was like, oh, I don't know how to read.
These days, you just have ChatGPT do it for you, so you don't have to know how to read.
It's like every time I ask Siri anything, she's like, "Would you like me to use ChatGPT?" I'm like, "No, Siri. I said Siri, not ChatGPT."
Oh yeah, and the DLCs were like really good for the first game. I haven't played the DLCs for the second one, but they're like full games.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the DLC for both games. I don't believe I've played the final DLC that released. I think that was the Mysteriae Ecclesiae or something. But I played the first two DLCs for the second game, Brushes with Death and Legacy of the Forge, and those were both a lot of fun. Very solid expansions on the story. But yeah, I haven't played the final DLC, but if I remember correctly, that one deals with some mystery in the monastery that's in the latter half of the game. You get access into that monastery, so
That's
that
cool.
would probably be a good thing to try out, to look into more of how the game handles religion.
I guess kind of like my thing also is like it can just be a normal game, but it's like the kind of like the lore of the world is like kind of Christian, even though the game is probably more secular. Like there's like
Yeah.
references and stuff, so that's kind of cool to me.
Yeah, and I, being into history as I am, I enjoyed the reference to the schism in the church that was going on at the time of the game's setting. Even though it didn't
Remind me
really,
what's the schism again?
there was a faction of the Catholic Church that was separating from the papacy because they viewed the Pope and all the cardinals and bishops as basically being hypocrites and using their positions to gain more wealth and power on Earth than they viewed their duty as men of the cloth to be, spreading the word and uplifting their flock through Christ. And so the leader of that schism, I can't remember his name right now, but he was preaching about how the priests are basically no different than any of the other, like any of the normal people that they preach to. They also deal with sin, and they're normal people. They're not free from sin or anything, because a lot of the church back then acted like the priests and other men in the church were better than the folk that weren't in the church, basically. Um, it That's a bit more
Okay, yeah.
simplified than in reality, but
Okay.
essentially that's how it was.
Fair. That stuff happens all the time.
But yeah, I enjoyed the references to that, even though it didn't really impact the game all that much, other than small parts of quests. But they still brought up that exterior world building outside of the game.
It's good. Some good history there. Think what else might be. What did you? Okay, always like going down a little gray pathway, but like, what did you think about like the whole idea of like being able to romance in the game, like using wenches and stuff like that?
I think you needed more of it. Just kidding.
From what I know of what I've heard of the history of that kind of thing, how sex was viewed in the Middle Ages, it was in the game uh pretty significantly more openly a thing than it really was. But it is also true that a lot of bathhouses outside of cities were a little bit more leaning on the side of being brothels than real bathhouses. In the cities, it was pretty much just a normal bathhouse, because they would be pretty strict on uh, prostitution and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure it still happened to a degree, as crime happens all over the place, no matter what it is. But I think overall the game handled it fairly decently, though probably a bit more loose than it really would have been. But there were plenty of cases of people, lords and various nobles having affairs outside of with lowborn people, and priests and men of the cloth having scandals related to that kind of thing. I'm sure that it was a fairly widespread thing, even with as strict as it was.
Reminds me because even the main character, he's like called like a bastard son of a lord.
Yeah,
So, like he kind of is one himself. I guess like a lord loved some commoner, decided to go with her, but can't be seen like that in public because that looks bad.
yeah. It would essentially give less credibility to your claim on whatever seat of power you have, and so your rivals would be able to use that against you, to try and take that seat of power themselves. So it was usually kept pretty secret. So I'm sure there's a lot that we just don't know about from history because it was kept secret and not recorded anywhere.
That's fair. Okay, I got like, what did you guys think about like the whole idea of how they did like skill level ups with perks? Did you like that you had to like when you did a skill, like you earn the skill rather than just like put ranks in it and then you get your skill?
I don't know if I understand the question.
So like in this game, like you use a sword and then like you fight, and then like you get skill level up in your sword. But like in a lot
Oh,
of video
yeah, no, I
games,
love
like
that. Yeah.
I don't know, I guess like some games you just kind of like put a point in your now you have like a rank 1 sword because you put a point in it.
Mm.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, I liked it because like you learned how to use that weapon before you were able to put skills into it. So it was I think it's a smart way to do it. Just like running around gives you more sprinting, stuff like that. It makes you do a bunch of different things in the game instead of just like, oh, I grinded out blacksmithing and now I'm max rank and everything.
Yeah, it made it feel more like you were actually practicing the various skills to become better at them rather than just arbitrarily being better at them because you have more experience points.
yeah. There's not too many games out there like that, as far as I know. Well, I guess I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to talk about it, or anything else you think about it?
I think those guards were way too investigaty at night. That's all I want to say. You're just trying to exist at night and they get up your rear end about it.
Oh, you can put that torch on.
Well, yeah, but it's not even just that. Like if you do anything, you mess with any doors, the guards are like, I have this neural link, this neural pathway to know exactly where this fool is and track him down. It's very frustrating.
Like,
But
how would you do it differently though?
oh no, I wouldn't do it any differently. I think the game's great. It's just frustrating. It discouraged me from stealing inside of large cities. I
I
had to go
think
be a
that
cretin somewhere else.
yeah, I think that the second game handled that kind of thing better than the first game, where like in the first game the guards kind of just, as if you were caught committing a crime, they kind of just knew exactly where you were and what you were doing.
Yeah.
But in the second game they actually, like, if somebody catches you, they start shouting and run to a guard to report you, and then the guards will go to where the person saw you, and then from there they'll spread out in a search party and start looking for you.
Yeah, I'd say anything that frustrated you or you didn't super like, they probably just fixed in the second one because they actually listen and they play their own games.
Yeah, they
That's a
definitely
pretty. That's true.
they definitely took the criticism from the first game in stride and put their larger budget and publisher uh, for the second game towards making all of those improvements.
I remember like I don't know how long ago is it now, maybe like a year and a half now, but like they went through a bunch. they had like their developers watching people playing streams of their game, and they were talking to like the people playing it. I thought that was like really cool.
Yeah.
I guess the first one before the second one came out. So they must have been looking for like opinions or feedback.
Yeah, I love it when the developers get as involved in the community around their games as they can. Makes it feel like they actually care and they're not just getting a paycheck.
It's sad how rare it is that to get developers that care. So
Yeah.
it's very rare. It's like Larian did such a good job with Baldur's Gate that like everyone was like, no, that's a once in a lifetime, crazy thing that happened. All the other
That
game
should be every
developers.
single big trip. That should be every AAA game, right?
Yeah, with all
Yeah,
the
all
budget
the-
and stuff like that.
All the
Like it should be better.
all the game journo articles that came out that were like 15 reasons why this shouldn't be the industry standard.
You get like $500 million. Why can't you make a good game? It's
Yeah.
or $1 billion. I don't know how much you get. Like,
Yeah, a lot of these
some of
AAA
the-
companies genuinely do get like hundreds of millions of dollars and they make absolute slop.
Yeah, like what was it? Dustborn that was funded by some European coalition government that just was complete garbage.
Concord.
Yeah. What was that one? $800 million, I think.
It was like $800 million, and like I don't even think it was live for like a couple months.
No, it got shut down 12 days after release, I believe.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That game just failed.
oh man. I don't know what the budget for Baldur's Gate 3 was, but it was still good. It was good no matter what. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. Like, well, let me check it. It was over 100 million and potentially reaching up to the 200 million, but it was nowhere near like most AAA companies.
Yeah, it was on the lower end of a AAA budget.
I heard they were struggling for a while at one point, and then they got their budget coming in.
Yeah, I think it started out as a Kickstarter, crowdfunded in some way.
By the way, just for frame of reference, COD 7 was 700 million.
I don't even know what that game is. Oh, sorry, COD
Call
7?
of Duty 7.
The
Oh.
Black Ops 7.
Yeah, Black Ops 7. And like that game was just getting ridiculed all over the place. And they had $700 million budget and they produced absolute trash.
It's good, I swear.
Yeah. Like, they're gonna get the COD tards that are like, oh, I gotta grind for skins, but that's it. Like I texted my buddy that was on there. I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I'm just grinding for the skins." And I was like, "Dude, why? No one's gonna play the game."
Why not spend your time playing a good game?
Yeah.
Oh, then you have then you have like The Witcher 3 that came out like 10 years ago and it was still popular like right now. That's like the differences between.
Yeah. What was the Witcher 3 budget? 306 million.
Yeah, CDPR is another one of those studios that really
Oh,
cares.
no, sorry. 81 million USD.
Wow.
That's insane. That is such a good game for that cost. That's ridiculous.
What was the 360 million number?
It's in the Polish Zloty.
Oh,
It's their currency, Polish
Gotcha.
currency. And it made
Whatever.
1.4 billion.
Jeez.
Holy crap.
Talk about a payday.
You deserve it.
I am just praying that the new Witcher game is gonna live up to the hype.
Oh, my expectations are a lot lower, to be honest, but we'll see.
Yeah. Just a modern day Witcher game just sounds like what the gaming industry needs right now.
I feel like they should just kind of do like a soft reset a little bit. That might have been a little bit better of idea. I don't know. It's like
Yeah. Well,
it came up with like I think like they should have made like a new main character and like kind of had some new story, but I don't know.
yeah, I feel like everyone's story was kind of over. Like
Uh,
Geralt
yeah,
was
they basically
retired and
they ended all the other they ended everyone.
yeah, Ciri was safe, Geralt retired. Uh, and she's gonna be the new protagonist of the new one. It's like, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, like you said, I feel like a complete reboot would have been good, and then we could just get a trilogy off the new character, just like we got a trilogy off Geralt.
They could have brought in like a character like a couple of times, just for like a what do you call like a cameo, or what do you call it? You know, they could have brought in one or two times, right? That
Well,
would have
dang,
been
dude,
fun.
just give me like a prequel. I would have been okay with a prequel, like seeing Geralt's master do his stuff, because the Witcher animated show showed him, and people loved him. He's super cool.
Do you know if the fourth game is inspired by any of the books, or is it an original story?
Actually, I do not know. Do any of the
I have no
books
idea.
have like adult Ciri when she becomes a Witcher?
To be honest, I have not read the books, so I have no idea.
Played The Witcher or read any of the books? I just know that they're inspired by the books.
I know that there's
No,
like I know
it's completely original.
I played like Thronebreaker, and like I guess like even if you watch the TV show, I think there's like a place called like Lyria, I think it's called. Is that what it's called? Or is that there's like some kind of a queen? So like, there is like intro like lore, but yeah, I don't know where this conversation is really going or not, or how long you want to go. But
Yeah, we're kind of jumping all over the place.
it's fine. It's fine. I didn't know how much I could think about talking about that subject. But I've been playing the second Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's just kind of a fun game. I'm probably gonna get over it eventually, but fun though. But do you have either of you ever played any of those like the tabletop role playing games at all?
Yeah, a bit.
I'm kind of trying to get into them a little bit more. I'm trying to run my own little game. It's going okay. There's a lot of hiccups to it, but fun. Do you like rolling like the dice for stuff?
I've only really played the tabletop role-playing games online. I haven't had the opportunity to play them in person.
What do you think about the online ones?
Definitely a lot of drawbacks compared to playing them in person, I feel. Just not having the presence of the other people involved, I think kind of takes away from the experience a bit. And it's a bit more clunky than I imagine playing in person would be, just because there's a lot of like going back and forth between screens and different pages that you have open, and like instead of having like a book or two open in front of you and several pages to write on, it's just like tabbing between a bunch of different screens to get information.
That's fair. One good thing I think about doing it online is it really I feel like kills a lot of metagaming, because there is a disconnect between like your characters and the people. You can't if you I guess it depends on how you do it. Like, you don't see their face though. It's hard to I think it's easier to separate like character from person sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to go do something, so I wasn't able to hear what you guys said in the most recent conversation.
Oh, we're just talking bad stuff about you when you're gone. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, sweet. Send that recording to me.
Well, we're just talking about tabletop role playing games.
Oh, Clown loves those. He loves talking about them, not playing them.
Hey.
You're like, hey, don't say that. How's that D&D campaign going, Glenn?
Fish.
Oh man.
I've been trying to run a game. I guess I don't know. It's a lot of work. There's a lot. Oh, it feels like there's always like some kind of drama or stress to it.
Ugh.
So yeah, it was fun talking about this Kingdom Come Deliverance. I want to just try to have more conversations with people about cool stuff, but see what happens in the future.
Yeah.
It is kind of a niche game though. It's like kind of the unfortunate part, but
Yeah. I think a lot more people like hopped on board when the second game came out, which is pretty cool.
I guess they had good word of mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, did you hear about that guy who was playing Hans Kapan? Who he's like streaming the game online?
No.
I have no idea what his real name is, but Yeah, the actor of the Hans playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and did like a big walkthrough online.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah, that was super popular. I remember seeing his clips on YouTube Shorts and stuff like that.
Cool. Sometimes though, it feels like it takes me out of the game a little bit. But like, I mean, it was funny. It was a funny meme. But yeah,